Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Listen, this is Healing with Sister Angelica. But tonight, we're going to do a little twist on it tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be asking, it's going to be 20 questions with Sister Angelica. I'm going to be asking the 20 questions, giving our sister a chance to share with some of her with us, right? That we might not have known throughout just her being on a regular show, because she's always interviewing others on her show, so here's the chance for us to get intimate with our sister, dig a little deeper with our sister, right? And we go, not on the bad side, but on the good side, because even though our sister is young, man, it's like that old soul in a young body. And for the time that I've known her, she's called me and we communicated, and she's asked me for my understanding on certain things, but she gives just as much insight and wisdom and understanding as she was receiving. And I was like, hey, I want to interview you. You've opened up your platform to me, and I don't have a platform to return the favor. So let me come on your platform and hopefully I can transfer to your audience just how special you really are among us. Because I'm telling you, the spirit of wanting to help our people without necessarily receiving something in return, that's a spirit that we really don't have, because most people that come amongst us to help, they already have a price tag attached to it. And sometimes we'll look at the price tag and be like, damn, I like the help, but man, it's just too much. So when you come in with that spirit, but not wanting to get rich off of your people, but wanting to help your people, that's something that I see that's big to me. And I just wanted to say, hey man, we appreciate you. Right? I'm speaking for the people now. But taking it upon myself to speak for the people. We appreciate you and keep doing what you're doing. So with that, we are, this is your platform, so they are already aware. But let's start at the beginning. Who are you?
Wow. The first question, why is that still a brain teaser? Like, who am I? Well, first and foremost, I just want to say praise be to Allah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Shine, for opening up this opportunity for me to be able to just chill out, not be a host all the time, and be able to share just a few things about myself. It is an honor, and I just appreciate your time and just you as a human being. Like Brother Shine was a light for me and my go-to even before I joined the nation, just for all the knowledge that he was given and then he still gives. And also just been that great help when needed all the time. And he's always coming on a show giving some good energy. So I just want to give my flowers to my brother and thank you again. Well, who am I? Well, Angelica, now ex. Angelica is um it makes me think about my characteristics, like who am I? Angelica, she's outgoing, she's funny, um she is a hard worker. um they will call me the type A. So definitely the type of person that will strive to get everything done, and if I don't, I get frustrated. Um, I'm also just I would like to say like I'm really just like your sister. Like I'm someone that you can console in. I'm very empathetic. Um so I have a way of understanding people's emotions and things that they've been through in life, and I think that's
Mhm.
kind of where it that's why I think just even coming into healing with Angelica just came from just with my personality and me just having that gift from a lot of listening and being able to tap into one's emotions and being able to assist and guide them.
Mhm.
Um, I am a mommy to a 4-year-old. Please
Mhm.
send some healing, cause Lord, y'all. Tell y'all not this past week. What Saturday?
Mhm.
Saturday, my son caught the bug. And he's still going through it. Mommy caught it. It was inevitable for me.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I caught
Mhm.
it by the grace of Allah, got rid of it in a day. I'm back in full effect. And yeah, so give my baby some healing prayers as he's still in recovery right now. So if y'all see him pop up, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yes,
Um,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
but other than that, I'm really just your sister. I'm down to earth. I love nature. I love grounding. I'm someone you can console in. I'm someone you can talk to. I always just want people just to know me as someone that was down to earth. Like,
Mhm.
listen, Angelica, she's really down to earth. She's non judgmental. She listens and she loves. So yeah.
Right. So,
Did I answer that question right? Look.
oh no, no, it's no, it's and I kind of asked it to be open, right? So because a lot of times, some of us we don't really have, unless you're asked that question, we don't really think about ourselves, So and it wasn't a trick question at all, you know what I mean? So right, but
Okay.
you're 23.
I wish.
How old are you, sis?
I just turned 30.
Oh, I don't know where. I'm sorry.
I would just listen. Do I look 23? Say yes. Say yes.
How long we've been friends for a while? See,
Yeah,
man.
we
Okay,
connected.
so we've been friends since your 20s, not since you was 23, but we've been friends in your. Okay, so
Yep. So
okay now,
I think when I was 26, I connected with you. It was before I joined the nation though.
yes,
Hmm.
that's. But when, how old were you when you decided that you wanted to like uh, really go into this direction with healing with Sister Angelica?
27.
27. Was there something that you or experienced yourself or was helping other? Well, I mean, like, what was the motivating factor for that?
Honestly, it was the trial I went through um 2 years prior to healing with Angelica, having my son Amir, and things I went through during pregnancy, and the things I went through after pregnancy. I kind of share it
Hmm.
oftentimes on my show that prior to having Amir, I had a baby. He was stillborn. He would be 9 years old now. May
Hmm.
I be pleased. Um, and unconsciously, when I got pregnant again, I was still dealing with trauma from that experience, not knowing I took it in the pregnancy with my son, Amir, to where I deal with a lot of mental issues, a lot of things going on with me in that time, to where it put a strain on my body. Physically, on top of pregnancy and after labor, to where I end up having a thyroid issue. Um, I lost a tremendous amount of weight, a lot of anxiety. It was just very, 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 very hard for me at the time, to where I reached out for help. I reached out to a brother, Dr. Akili. I also reached out to you at times.
Hmm.
Um, and this is where, again, where I'm like, known about the nation, but didn't really put my foot in the door yet. So
All right.
at the time, I went ahead and connected with both of you guys, but it was something that brother Achilles sparked in my mind, and was just telling me to get on the regimens of how to eat to live, change my diet, and things like that. And even though I was experiencing all those horrible side effects of of postpartum pregnancy, I had like right after I left the hospital, I had COVID, pneumonia, so all the side effects of just the pandemic, COVID, having a baby, then finding out I had hyperthyroid, um, hyperthyroidism, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After that, I knew that something needed to change because, of course, it was just a time where it was like, okay, well, we're gonna put you on medication. In my mind, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing no medication. I
Right.
was already scared to take anything in the hospital when I was pregnant, so I
Mm-hmm.
was no. So it really came to a point where it was like, okay, well, something needs to change. And then within that whole journey of everything I went through, I was listening to YouTube videos and I was watching people on their healing journey, just different things that they was going through in life. And it sparked in my mind and it interested me. So it was the Ramadan of 2021 when I had already not that's when I got my results back as far as my thyroid going back was back normal again, and I was so happy about that. I cried. It was during Ramadan, but prior to that, I started doing how to eat to live. I started praying, and I just started really being diligent with that. And then when I seen that, wow, this works, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, I got to share my story. I got to share my story, right? So that's where Healing with Angelica came from. First, I was going to call it all things abundant. That's what the show was going to be called, All Things Abundant. But something just sparked in me, and I wanted to make it simple. And it was, I don't know, Healing with Angelica. Like that came in my mind. I'm like, let me just call it Healing with Angelica. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to do a blog. So I wanted to just blog. But
Mm-hmm.
it was actually my godmom. Um, she actually was like, why don't you just do podcasting? People like that now. I'm like, what podcast? I'm not trying to be seen. I'm not. I'm like, huh, do I actually feel like typing on the computer? Like,
Right.
I'm
Right.
not.
Right.
Listen, I'm not old, y'all. I'm not an old person,
Right.
but I'm not really into computers like that. I like to actually have a paper and pen and write. So when I thought about blogging, I'm like, maybe that's not going to be good because I'm not trying to type nothing out and stuff like that. And people aren't really reading as much. So she was right. I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and do podcast and see how it goes. I was doing some research on it and I planned it out. It wasn't a lot of planning. I just had to start. And I started Healing with Angelica from just the trials and tribulations I went through, knowing that I wanted to share my story and allow others to come on the show to share their story and also share informational content as
Mm-hmm.
well. And of course, you were my first guest on my show. I was super nervous. We did such a good job, though. But I'm not gonna lie, like as time went on, I think I kind of lost my initial point of starting Healing with Angelica was also to share my story, and it's
Mm-hmm.
also a thing to where it was like, okay, well, maybe I didn't want to put too much light on me. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's like a thing within self where it's like talking about myself all the time or talking about me makes me feel like I think I'm better than somebody. So I just always felt good just being able to let other people get on the phone. You talk, you this, you that. So that's why we're also in a phase now where, I think I'm gonna bust out of my cocoon and
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and share. I mean, this is the first start right here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's where Healing with Angelica started.
Awesome. Awesome. And I mean, like, especially you think, well, I kind of know, but you think being in the nation helps because, like that's the mission of the nation is, redeeming people. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of a booster. But I'm saying like for you, because it's almost coinciding together. You know what I mean? Like all of this is on the like right at the same timeline. Where you coming into the nation, first finding out, then coming to be registered, putting all of the aspects of the nation into your life, and then, like you already had the spirit because, this is, you have, I understand that spirit. So it's not usually an overnight spirit. It's something that is already there. It just keeps being built up and built up and built up until it manifests. But do you think, like, I mean, from this perspective that we're looking back at it now, do you
Mm,
think that the nation was something that helped to boost you to move into the healing with Sister Angelica?
absolutely. Um, I actually, assalamu alaikum, brother Rockwell. I know your name, but excuse me. But yeah, so I think that it really did. I'm gonna be completely honest. It took me because I knew about the nation back in. I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew about Minister Farrakhan back in 2017. I was with a boyfriend at the time. We went to his friend's mother house that was a Muslim. We watched it was Savior's Day. But in my mind, I was not mentally there. I didn't feel like sitting there watching nothing. I was ready to go. So like it's crazy because it was around me like years ago, but I didn't pay it no mind, no attention. I would hear, my boyfriend talk to his friends like assalamu alaikum and things like that. I'm like, what are they saying? Like what's going on? Um, but it was when I got like reintroduced to it again back in 2019, and I knew that it was something like, okay, uh maybe this is where I need to be, only because it came back up again. I'm like, I mean, I heard these words before. What is this?
Yeah.
So long story short, we went ahead. Not we went ahead. Sorry, my son came in. He kind of like um, but long story short though, when I had with healing with Angelica, I wasn't in a nation yet, so I was still even contemplating on joining because I'm seeing that, once you join, you got to stop a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I said, ooh, but it wasn't, but that's the thing though. It was like things was happening in my life so fast and so much that I was like, I was already stopping certain things. I was already practicing how to eat to live. I was already doing these things. So it was just like, well, maybe it's not. But it was when I started healing with Angelica, and it was when I started interviewing like Dr. Wesley and Brother Nuri early on my show, and got introduced to Closing the Gap broadcast. Was when they was like, um, and I'm like, why not? Like, this is home. Like, I'm already in it. This is where it is. So, I went ahead and said, all right, let me go ahead and get my ex. Quit playing. So I went and got my ex October 2nd, 2022. And then from there, I felt that, oh, yeah, this is my mission with Healing with Angelica is directly connected to um, my mission in Islam, which is in the resurrection of our people, on top of being able to, like, resurrection. And please don't, I'm not doing any definitions right now, but when I looked into the word resurrection and healing, it's kind of the same.
Hmm.
So when I'm looking into what I'm doing with healing people with the word, is the word of God, or the word that helps heal the minds of the people. And that's where I feel like where healing begins. It begins in the mind. So if I'm able to tap into the people with certain information, then I'm healing. or I'm assisting them in their healing journey. Because one thing I say, I'm not your healer. We are our own healers. I'm just here to assist you on a healing journey. So healing with Angelica is just a gateway to assist those that are in need of healing, in which we all are. So yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Oh no, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's but yeah. I mean, like I said, there's no wrong answers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It is no trick questions. So like with this aspect, because you mentioned a little bit earlier, that you had went through like a little down period with this. Which in this particular lane, like, are you going to stay in this? How long are you in the future? You going to branch off to something different? Because I know, especially being in the healing category, man, it could be draining and time consuming for the practitioner,
Hmm.
especially you get those, the people that just you have people that just are professional inquirers. They just want to just talk to you, don't want nothing from you. They
Yeah.
just want to drain something from you, and it's like, so it can be exhausting just trying to pursue what you want to do, you know what I mean, just and then of course we want to be compensated, for our time, our energy, our efforts, just like everybody else. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, and I'm not saying, with all of your factors that go into you planning your future, like, we want to know, like, what can we expect?
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm asking, from you. Like, I know you got the books coming up, ideas. So, like, what give us, what how are we going to receive you?
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
great question. I've actually been taking some time to just really engage where I'm going with healing with Angelica. Now, healing with Angelica within itself is now my brand. That's my brand name. Healing with Angelica, right? The podcast is an aspect of healing with Angelica, but it's like, okay, I am feeling this sense of a new direction. Um, and like when I started the podcast and with Angelica, I didn't think about monetary gain. I was thinking about, man, I gotta get this information out now. I gotta tell everybody.
Yeah, right,
Like that's how excited.
right,
Like I need to tell everybody you can heal, you can
right.
do this, you can do that. Like I was so excited just to get the information out. Like I never thought about monetary gain.
Mhm.
And I think it was because my focus has never been that, and it's still not that with Healing with Angelica podcast. Allah still has been able to bless me um, in different ways, even if it is in donations and or just opportunities. I think I've been able to get a lot of opportunities of meeting and connecting with different people that I know, inshallah, are going to be able to probably help me, grow in different aspects of wherever Healing with Angelica goes. But I'm really feeling this sense of being more on foot, like putting my feet on the ground, which means being more in the community.
Mhm, mhm,
So, that's why, I went ahead and went to school to get my lifestyle wellness coaching certificate. Yes, certificate certification to add into just what I'm already doing, because it came a time like like, hey, and this is where we gotta set this is where we have to set boundaries, right? And it's
yeah.
nothing wrong. I love my people. I love y'all. But it will be times where people will just reach out to me and ask me these questions and all this and want these advice, and I'll be on the phone for 50 hours. I'm like, only because like I care so much. So it's really not
Yes,
my fault
yes,
that we're on the phone this long. It's my fault because I really want to help you. But then I'm
yes.
like, oh my gosh, I gotta still. tend to my son. I gotta, so I was like, okay, like I see where I'm needed at in areas now. So I wanted to actually create a gateway for me to be able to focus on that and have boundaries within that. So I'm seeing me more of, or you guys going to see more of Healing with Angelica doing more community work, because the work is in the streets. That's what the Minister Farrakhan done told us. The work is in the streets. We got to get out in the streets. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with being on you
Right.
know
Right.
shows, stuff like that. But I'm looking more into falling just a little bit back on not too many podcasts, more real life interactions with the people here in the community, and or being able to set up more um, workshop events, to where I can be able to travel and connect with people real life, like in real life. So that's where I'm feeling uh I'm wanting to go. Inshallah, I'm still in my mind like, you know, I guess it's not always how you're gonna do it, just believe and it's gonna happen. But I'm knowing that Allah is I feel like He's pushing me towards that avenue, So I'm still gonna bring the content and things like that, and also being able to share some side of me. So I thought about actually starting doing little solo episodes, or just solo content where you guys are getting to know me and understand who I am, seeing the work that I'm doing, and seeing how we can help heal each other. That's the reason for healing with Angelica. You're healing with me. I'm not healed, we're healing. So we're healing together. So yeah, it's gonna be more on the ground, inshallah. If 2025 and already been heavy, we gonna
Yeah,
start in January. So if it's in the will of Allah, I'm praying that Allah allow me to be able to host more workshop events around the city, around different cities and states, to be able to work with people hands on, helping them to, helping my target audience is really women. However, I have worked with men that are wanting to heal as well, so I don't, I'm not discriminating in regards to that.
yeah.
But just being able to know that it's time for healing, and it's just that people don't know where to start with their healing. So I see when it comes to anything that anybody want to start, they want to know, well, how? What do I do first? How do I do this? Okay, let's begin. That's how you start. You start by just starting, right?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
But
staying tuned.
see, that's important though, because like I said, that's where, you know, it's about, because healing, health, and wellness is a luxury. That's in the luxury category. So it's easy to be in it. It's easier to be in it than it is to kind of make money in it, because unless you have a gimmick, or you're selling something that is like food based, those are really the people that really are monetized and making money. Like they have some type of gimmick, or they have some type of food element, whether it's a supplement or something that people can put in their mouth. Because that's where a lot of, so like you said, the healing begins in the mind. But
Mm,
unfortunately, many people want to be at step three, like, hey, you got something I can eat or take or
yep.
drink? You know what I mean? You got a supplement, a herb. Like, hold up, we let's get you the mind. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what about the thought process, the emotional process? That which you can't eat, you can't drink, you really can't buy
Mm-hmm.
nothing for that, because it's about being coached into a new way of thinking, a
Mm,
new way of understanding. And that's hard to kind of monetize because you have to be real when you're presenting that. You like you and that's like you're coming from a real authentic position. Is like, hey, I'm here to help. I know something that can help. I don't have a fancy package because there's no fancy package for the truth.
mm,
It's just the, you know what I mean? It's like it's just the real. It's just the truth. So and I understand that because we coming from the same cloth with that one. But it's
right.
like what I see you're doing, what I know that you want to do. From what you shared to me personally and stuff like that. Like and publicly, what you shared and just what you've said your goals will be. That's something when we have other women
Mm,
that don't present that. They are presenting chase the bag, they are presenting this scheme, that scheme, and they are coming in a package that really is like, sister, put some clothes on. Take some of that makeup off. You know what I mean? Like, so your whole like that's that's why I want your audience to know that's listening. This is some of the reasons why I contacted you. It was like, hey, I want to interview you because it's commendable. It's and this is I don't this is your flowers, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, and I
mm.
want them to see that aspect of you, like, hey, this is our sister, and we deserve, and she deserves, our attention. You
Well, I appreciate that a lot. I know that, being real and authentic, it is hard, or I can say I have my, or there are moments where, because there is always a comparison within the world of what the world believes is valuable versus what's really valuable.
know.
Um,
Hmm.
my,
Hmm.
my light may not be as bright as you know, the Crecias.
Yeah,
I'm saying not Sister Crecia, but the Crecias.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
Young Miami, her podcast. We got
yeah, 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 yeah.
like those type of dramatic and drama filled podcasts, or even just those. And this is not to say anything about these podcasts, but
Right,
these
right,
sisters are beautiful,
right.
but because it's not mainstream, like what I'm saying is not the typical mainstream. um it is it can be challenging
Hmm.
mentally
Hmm.
to continue to try to put something in the forefront of, unfortunately, of dead people, right?
Hmm.
So it is a work. And I have my days sometimes, like, should I continue to do this? Is anybody looking? Is anybody watching? What is this? Is information getting passed on,
Hey,
and for real.
I'm with you. No, hey,
So
especially when you see like your friends or your potential supporters, they liking the stuff that your ops, if you would, like, for lack of a, like,
thank
because
you.
like on Instagram will tell you who likes this thing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how y'all liking them? But you like, what the what?
Okay, there we
Trying to
go.
tell you, and I'll see all my Facebook friends on it, like, and they're liking the people that doing exactly what I'm doing, but like they not even in a respectable package. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like how do you not like? And I'm trying, like we're trying to present it, not just presenting what we know and what we think could help, but in a way that's conducive to a positive, healthy image of a black woman and a black man. Like, how do you not? Like how are your numbers not skyrocketed? You know what I mean? But if it was the opposite, it would be like you said, our sister, my young man, be like, not the call, but she's popular,
Yeah.
and she's one to compare it to. So when you see these sisters that's out there, and they could be saying the same exact thing as you,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't even that because it's not that you have a special book that they don't have. You know what I mean? The only thing that's different is your life experiences that you are adding to it, but everything else is common knowledge, if you will. You know what I mean? But and that that's why I was like, man, I see your position. As your brother, man, I don't know what I could do, but hey, hype you. I said, let me
Well, hey, you already given me all the hype by allowing me to even do this and share just inside of just me and things like that. So I'm grateful. I'm just what I know is that Allah is the best of planners. So
Yes.
as we're seeing this big shift that's happening in the world right now,
Mm,
believe that we're coming into 100% dissatisfaction. Did I say it right? Dissat-
dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction. I
Yeah.
said a whole bunch of satisfactions in this.
It's
Anyway,
all good. It's all good. It's all
you know,
good.
our people are being more and more dissatisfied. And
Yes.
the more and more they are being dissatisfied, the more they're going to want to find something new, something different. I can say that within myself, like once get dissatisfied in something, you want something new, you want something different. So they're going to be searching for us, Brother Sean. They're
Hmm,
going
hmm,
to see,
hmm,
where are
hmm,
where are the healers? How can
hmm,
I heal
hmm,
myself from this? What do I
hmm,
do?
hmm,
So I'm
hmm.
just,
Yeah.
I know that in the right time, Allah will allow my light to shine at the right time. But other than that, I'm grateful. I like doing this for me. It's fun. Like I like
Hmm, hmm.
podcasts. I like the
Yes.
Hello
Yes.
with
Yes.
Angelica. So it's fun.
Yes.
And so no
Yes.
views or a million views. Hey, I'm gonna still do it anyway. So it's been
Yes.
a good experience. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah. See, and that's the spirit. That's the spirit that I don't think people really understand that you want in the person that's helping you. You know what I mean? Like, because you have some that their demeanor is like, wow, like you really got clients? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're mean. Like that one doctor, on the one man, the doctor on the 500-pound life or something, like he's
Oh, the
mean.
singer.
Like
Hey.
you got clients? Like, wow. People like so to have somebody that not just wants to help, but is caring, empathetic, sympathetic, you know what I mean? That's loving, all of these things, that's what makes the process fun.
Hmm.
The opposite of hard. like, shoot, it's already hard. You don't want to go into your practitioner and get more, complication and hard. You don't want, because that's not healing, man. Healing comes like a hug. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that warm embrace, that's healing. Because sometimes you could feel some type of way and the right person hug you and you don't forgot everything. You know what I mean? Like
Woo.
you ain't crying no more, nothing. You just in the embrace. You
Yeah.
just bam. And that's like what you offer, that mental, emotional, spiritual embrace of a sister. And like I said, the package is wholesome. The presentation is like, that's something I just have to applaud. We like, that just, especially coming from the younger sisters, because I have a daughter, and she's half your age. You know what I mean? Like you would be her role model. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like to I find it hard to let her watch shows, or we don't listen to no music because it's so many suggestive images and words. You know what I mean? So when we get this from the younger sisters, man, I mean, like I said, I mean, you know, I just want to come and hype you up. Sometimes you got to step out and show it.
Okay.
You got to step out and show 'em, you know, like, hey, you
And
know,
I appreciate that because I'm like I said, sometimes I don't and it's not like I said, it's not that I'm looking for it, but
right.
I don't know, how much I may be in effect on
Hmm.
anyone's life unless they would, unless they told me like, oh, you helped in this. And I'll say, oh, wow, praise.
Right,
First
right.
and foremost, of course, glory be to Allah all the time.
Hmm.
But just to know that you helped in that area or you assisted in that area, and that's how I feel. I feel like I'm a soldier for Allah. So with me being a soldier, I'm helping in his army and being able to help in resurrecting our people in my own way, and that's being me, still being authentically me. I am still in a space where I'm still trying to balance the world, and not saying that I'm in of the world. I'm just in it. So of course there is a balance all the
Right,
time,
right, right.
but being able to just use my life experiences and me also still on my healing journey, using these different aspects of me to be able to see where I can help others in their healing journey. It really took, I think, what really, really inspired me, even before the whole situation with my son and situation went through my pregnancy and my thyroid issue before I, thought about healing with Angelica. It was
Hmm.
really just a lot of things I went through during childhood, and also my relationship with men was tarnished with just circumstances I went through growing up, from 14. And I mentioned it before, like from 14 to 25, I was in abusive relationships at a young age. So it really took the teachings, and it really took for me to hear the minister tell me how important
Mm.
I am, how valuable I am, and just
Mm.
to see, like, you can hear in this man's voice how much
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly.
woman.
Right.
And I'm like, what? He feels like this about me? Like, and I say this all the time. Ever since, hey, and I try to, and I stay humble. I'm very
Hmm.
humble. I don't like to
Right.
boast, but I done gained so much confidence as
Hmm.
I came into the nation about myself and who I am as a woman.
Hmm.
And I think that's why, for me, of course, my target is the woman,
Right.
because you understand that she is who she is. God has placed her as a second self for a reason, and not why we have so much of a work to do. um it just really implements just the work I have to do personally on myself, and how I want to be able to be, that clean glass,
Right. Right.
for our women, because it's bad out here. So yeah.
Right. Right. See,
Appreciate
and that's why I wanted to just have a talk with you. You know what I mean? Like, and just not have just a topic we're talking about, because we're real, you're real, and I know that the relatability increases when we can see the personal side. Oh, you're a mom. Oh, okay, oh, you've been through this. Oh, and to be able to know that somebody has been through something maybe similar,
Mhm.
harder or maybe easier, but and to see them presently shining, and smiling and being happy, that right there is like, okay, that's one of the I want you to assist me, because I tell people all the time, don't take it's you have to be when it comes to health and wellness. you have to be careful. The messenger counts.
Mm-hmm.
If that person is unhealthy, how the hell they gonna give you healthy advice? Yo, like it don't even like how they make that
There
make
you
sense?
go.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Come on now. It's common sense. Islam mathematics, baby.
You know, so I mean, and of course, as you said, in particular, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, it takes 75 years to learn how to live. So that means at least until then, we're going to have ups and downs. So as you said earlier, it's not that I'm necessarily healed, but I'm healing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better than needing to be. I ain't even started. I'm still injured. You know what I mean? Like, so you got the
Yeah.
first stage is the injury, but then right after the injury, the healing. But some people are still in the injury stage,
Mm-hmm.
and then, within the healing, you got the initial, middle, toward the. So, it's safe to say that, you're not at the beginning or middle. You're headed towards the end of your healing process, and that's just from the outside looking in,
Mm-hmm.
and because we wear it in our physical body. Like I said, I'm not the only person that probably think you 23. I mean, I know
Great.
I'm not.
Keep thinking that. I'm 23. Okay. Yes.
I know I'm not the only person, that don't know your age that would guess 30. Any 30, whether it's 30 or 30, and that's just because that's how you look. You know what I mean? So, but that's a byproduct of our lifestyle. Because
Mm-hmm.
you see the stress, you see all of that. It comes especially on the face. So
Mm-hmm.
when you see a young sister compared to the Carly Reds, I mean the sexy reds and the glow, like it's either you or them. You know what I mean? Like it's sisters like you, or it really isn't an in between. And it's so that but like I said, that's something to know your story. The little bit I know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, hey man, I know you shared it because I've heard you on other podcasts sharing it. Like you said, you shared it, but to have that personal interaction, like this is our sister, man. She's you know going through everything that we could go through. She's no different, but she's a star in her right. And because despite what she may have going through or what she is going through or can go through, she's trying to help us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to applaud that, man. We have to applaud our helpers, man. Because we have not too many of them. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Praise be to Allah. Praise
yes,
be to Allah.
yes. But
Mm-hmm.
look, before we do wrap this up, because I know you got your son and I got my. She over there trying to, how they cough to get your attention.
Like,
Yeah,
okay, they know
like
exactly
really,
what to do.
Like you gotta cough, man.
Exactly.
See, this is what I wanted to. This is what I wanted to do. You see, like this to have this openness right here, sis. You know what I mean? Like, because like I said, and I don't have a problem saying it again. You're an awesome sister. You're an awesome mother. You're an awesome credit to the nation, to our nation, the nation of Islam and the Black nation. Because, like I said, we don't have too many that are that really want to help without really saying, "Hey, you gotta." It's a price tag and a huge price tag,
Mm-hmm.
man. So I just like I said, I wanted your audience to see this side of our sister. So before we close out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give us up. Sis. Hit us with some of this awesome sauce.
Well, let me see here. Well, first and foremost, thank you all for joining us today. I went ahead. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this happen. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to make it happen because, like I said, my son caught the bug. Then I caught the bug, and let me tell y'all, please boost y'all immune systems up.
Mm,
Okay,
mm,
Brother Shine, go on, listen, connect with Brother Shine. He'll get you together.
mm,
Okay, but literally, let's be mindful of the time and things like that. Mind you, I rarely get sick. I don't get
mm,
sick, and this is my first. This is the first time my son ever got sick, and he's 4.
mm,
So, and because I breastfed my son, and he don't eat meat, so like I kept keep him away from a lot of things. But hey, sometimes things have to happen. So it's just I try to look at things as a way of it's always Allah's will.
mm.
So praise be to Allah for that. However, I made it. I was down for 1.5, no, 2 days and a half. But I'm back. I'm here. I made it by the grace of Allah. It was not a good experience. Not. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I learned from that was,
Mhm,
and I was talking to sister Dr. Joy X, who was on my show earlier today, and I was
right.
letting her know, like, man, it made me think about just always being grateful, saying grateful, 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 grateful. Because the first thing that, comes up in our mind when things happen to us that we are
Mm,
not used to is, why is this happening to me? Why?
yeah.
Oh, I make it stop. And I'm like, okay, Angelica, you are in pain. Your body ache and you feel horrible. But Allah is I'm trying to find the good in it. Good in the pain. So by the grace
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Allah, I was like, I'm holding my temples like, thank you, Allah. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, look.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But being grateful, being
Yeah.
grateful in the midst of it, because it's just with understanding, being grateful. It really kind of helped me get through the process. So I really just want to let everyone know, to no matter what you're going through, remain grateful, stay in gratitude. Gratitude is the best way to remove depression. Like, it's all up in the mind, right? It's really a mindset. Like, once you're able to change your perspective on things, you're really able to change your whole reality. Like, it's
Mm,
really, really just that. Me and my brother did a show a few weeks ago. Say be and it is.
yeah.
Right. Change your perspective and let that be that, and you see how your reality changed. So I'm just grateful to Allah. I'm grateful for all the experiences that I've been able to have. And I think people like you and just those that have been supporting me on my journey, on this journey of just transformation, and as I'm transitioning, you guys are going to see different side of me as I'm in this transitioning period. And please, 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 be gentle with me, you guys. I'm in this transitioning period of just seeing where it is that Allah wants to place me, as this world is going through a big shifting, um sifting, I want to say that, sifting
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, praise be to Allah. I love you all. Please, please, please. What I got? What if I got anything announcements I want to announce? Nope. Just that if you are ready to start your healing journey, be sure to connect with me. You can reach out to me through DM or email, healwithangelica@yahoo.com, if you're ready to start your healing journey. I do have my ebook, Thrive, a guide for young Black women to reconnect with self and God. And the reason why I created that ebook is because I truly believe that the source to all our problems are solved through God.
Mhm.
I was able to really solve all my issues through God, and it's with us, and the woman in particular being able to
Yes.
reconnect. She has to reconnect with her source, her power, to be able to regain who she is, her identity, right?
Mm,
Then me
mm,
being able to reconnect with God, I was able to reconnect with myself and know who I am. Like I also have on when I do my healing practices,
mm.
I won't say healing practices
Yeah.
with my clients and stuff like that. I have identity crisis, and that's where we're falling short at. We all have an identity crisis. We don't know who
Yes.
we are. That's a big problem.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
we don't know who we are, we're operating in the mindset of someone that we're not. So, if you guys have any women in your life, it's just a good book in general. And no, I want to also put it out here too. If I haven't, I do not only work with Muslim women. The goal is for all women. So yes, I am a Muslim woman, but I am open to connect with all women because we all need it. So I think that is all about me.
Awesome. 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 Sis, like I said, I appreciate you letting me do this. You know, so for the audience, this was my idea. I wanted to come and I told the sister, I said, man, I want to come and hype you up to your audience, man. And I hope that's what I said, something fun and exciting, just to, it is new for me as well. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you letting me experiment and practice a little bit, if you will. So just like I was your first, hey,
Oh,
you ain't
really?
my first. So hey, and on that note, sis, it's been a pleasure. I know Allah is going to continue to bless you in your growth and development because you already made the best decision to become registered in His nation. So you got to be blessed. You got, hey,
Yes.
you said this, you got to.
Praise
So
be to
with
Allah.
that, we leave you as we came, in the love, in the spirit, and of peace in God. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Healing with Angelica presents Reconnect. About healing, I know that's really scary for a lot of us because when we understand what healing is, we also got to understand that we also experience it because, like I said, it goes all the way back from they call it post-traumatic slave disorder.
Meditation. Got to say about how to eat the liver.